Tune in. This week in car audio. Tune in. We'll be talking about bass, talking about chips, talking about rings. You ain't got them, zip your lip. You got a problem you haven't found, check your grounds. The show about to start. Tune in. This week in car audio. Yeah. Tune in. This week in car audio.
Welcome to This Week in Car Audio with your host, the Judge, Doug Stockton, along with Jeff Gatlin, right? No.
Gatlin.
I was close. I am setting up the YouTube and all that stuff right now. Anyway, hey, good afternoon, Jeff. Jeffrey is in the airport right now. He is having a issue. His flight was canceled.
Ooh.
So he is working that out right now. And so we are trying to get that done. Okay, cool. I got both things going now, so that's good. Let me start sharing. All right, Jeff, why do we have you on the show tonight, sir?
I would assume it is because I took the world record for Psychlone demo wall.
You did. And why don't you tell us about your vehicle and whatnot?
Let's see. It's 2005 Chevy Tahoe. Had it about 7 years. It wasn't built for the class at all. It was built for demos.
Okay.
And one day someone suggested, why don't you run it? So I ran it, and then they said the lower you play, the better it is. So I put it on 20 hertz, and then the rest is history, pretty much.
20 hertz, huh? So why don't you tell us what your record was? What score did you get? And what were your score?
See, it was a 156.7 this last time.
156.7 at
20 hertz.
So that's pretty cool. Do you care to share with the rest of us what song you're using?
I use a modified version of the T.W.I.C.A bass battle song.
Okay. And if somebody wanted to find out or get that one, how would they get
If
that?
they want, I can share the link if they just hit me up on Facebook.
Okay.
I have a link that I can share.
All right. I'm almost done sharing here. Let's see. Nope, not softball. Got a lot of softball stuff on here too for my daughter. There we go. All right, I'm all shared out. Let's get caught up real quick. Was Tristan too? Tiffany and Tristan on here. Jeff looks different tonight. Yep, Jeffrey's flight got canceled. Watching the Tonight Show from the U.S. Virgin Islands. That's Tristan. He's at St. Thomas, which is where I'm going in about 38 days. Calvin says, different Jeff. I thought Jeffrey Fernandez finally grew. Josh is chiming in. Calvin says 20 hertz.
Yeah, he grew out, not up, grew out.
He grew out, huh? And Dave
Yeah.
Bradshaw piping in here. All right, let me see. So that catches us up with everybody there. All right, so I'm going to, real quick, I want to mention our sponsors for today's show. We have, wow, I have the wrong ones up here. Anyway, so let me hide that one. And let me unhide that one. Yeah, so the sponsors are Crossfire Cardio and Puns Customs. So if you guys ever want to support somebody who supports things that you like to watch or listen to or whatever, support those people that support the things you like. All right. Sorry. Now I'm getting back into this. All right. So this weekend we did Autorama. Jeffrey and I were out there. Dave Bradshaw was there. Josh Tatu. Tiffany and Tristan obviously weren't because they ditched us and hung out in the beautiful Caribbean islands. So that
must be nice.
Yeah. And then, like I said, so we had 5 or so world records set. One of them being Dave Bradshaw. He took it away from Moses Martinez in the 5K wall class, so pro stock 5K wall. He did that in a CRX.
Mm.
So he wanted to do some hurt feelings. He was one of the guys. Josh was the winner of our freestyle class, did a 155. We had 108 entries for Autorama this weekend.
Wow.
So not bad. We didn't have many. This was all just pretty much California guys. We didn't really have anybody. The guys from Canada, they couldn't get out of the country. Their government shut down, so that really screwed that up. Well, I think I need to turn me up just a little bit more here. I think my voice is a little toasty from this weekend.
A lot of shout.
A lot of shouting. If you guys didn't watch the YouTube videos of, because I always do a live feed with my events. We were doing brackets, we were doing beat the boss, all that stuff, and yeah, it was a great time. I wish Jeffrey was here so he can speak to what he saw. He showed up on Sunday, so 2X on Saturday, a 3X on Sunday. Calvin sent Jeff a DM for that Psychlone track.
Yeah, he's asking me right now. I'm trying to find it.
Christian Jensen says Autorama, good show. So for you guys that don't know, and he replied already. So Christian, he actually started a Facebook group called Autorama, and I believe that was him that started it. And back in the days, back when we were on the SMD forums, were you competing back then or no?
I started in 2016.
Okay, so this would have been before Facebook and that stuff. So anyway, SMD forums, like literally today, Monday, Christian would always start a post about, all right, getting ready for Autorama next year, because it's such a big deal. It's the first show on the West Coast where you can start setting records.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here lately, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's a fella down here that's been sponsoring all of our shows to make them 3X. So it's kind of cheating, I feel like, but you know.
Well, here's the thing. He doesn't want to lose to Moses for points.
Oh yeah.
And
I didn't even think about it that somebody was trying to go for points.
That's
I mean,
100% what it is.
I just thought he was trying to get people to come out.
No.
And then Jeffrey hit me up a month ago saying that you should subscribe to the Term Pro because you might be getting something here soon. So I was like, okay,
there you go.
I'll spend the $30 on the website.
Yeah, and here's Mr. I'm sponsoring all the events, Julius Mack Johnson III.
What's going on, Jew?
Chimes in with the smiley face. And Calvin says, Moses been putting in work. Yeah, he has. And so now that Jeffrey's been to one of my shows, I got to go out and help him judge one of his shows.
So inadvertently, Julius has made me, I think, number 2 points. I think I have 120.
Yeah. All right, cool. So you're second in points right now?
I have no idea.
You're ahead of Moses?
I know like I said, I've not been paying attention. I just go to every single show every month at Crossfire, and that's okay. How it works.
Oh, yeah. So what happens now is starting now, California is going to have 4 shows a month at least.
Ooh.
So we're going to have a lot of shows coming up here. Most of them, almost all of them are 1X, but we're going to have 4 shows a month. So anyway, here's Janet. Janet chiming in says, OMG, I did so good this weekend, 3rd in Top Dog. I will say, Janet has been doing this for a while, and she went either 2 or 3 back to 9.9s on base rate or on Top Dog, and I don't think I've ever seen her hit the perfect score that many times in a row.
I don't have the finger control to do that. Or the patience to sit there and just assume that I'm going to sit there at the 39.9 mark. There's some people over here that are crazy with it.
Yeah, there's Julius. Points. That's all it's about. So I don't know if you paid attention, but we do a little thing on the West Coast over here called Beat the Boss. So
uh,
if you win your base race class for $10, it's $10 to the winner. Um, Whoever you have an opportunity to try and beat the boss. Boss being me. I borrow the car that's already in the lanes. So whoever got second place, I borrow their vehicle, and I base race it. And most of the time, I've never ran that vehicle ever before. So so what I do, so Tyler Archer, going hole shots are what it's about. Actually, Josh Tattoo tried the hole shot thing and didn't quite hit it this weekend. He tried base race like 10 years ago, and he's not patient enough. This is Calvin. He sucked at it always. He always overshoots. And Josh Tattoo, so Josh lost in the finals. I forgot who to. It was Justin. I believe it. No, it was Justin or Carlos. No. Sorry, it was Manny, Lord of Base Manny. He usually chimes in on here. So he lost to Manny, and Manny wanted to go up against me. We tied twice, and then I ended up beating Josh Tattoo's truck. They call it Smash,
yeah.
and I'm undefeated in his truck apparently. So that's how
That
easy
sounds
his truck
interesting.
is.
That would I would like to see Jeff run somebody's truck down here.
I was trying to convince him. I don't think
He seems
it
a little
was what he
timid.
wanted to do.
He
Yeah,
seemed like he'd be a little timid doing
yeah. He's more of a confidence guy where he's gonna sit back. He's gonna smash on you, and he just slowly turns that knob up,
that.
and then does a 170 out of nowhere or whatever. Whatever number you need to smash on somebody. So no, he does an awesome job. Like I said, he was a great competitor. He did a great job competing back in the aught days. 2007, six, all that stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
that time I was just watching YouTube, trying to be like EXO and Jonathan Price and Steve Mead.
Steve Mead used to compete out here with us, which was really cool. I was really surprised I didn't see him this year at Autorama. So,
Hey, he's super busy here
oops.
lately, as
Oh
I've
no, he
seen.
is. There we go. I think I'm a little more centered now. There we go. I got a new TV since we smashed one.
Uh-oh.
Nathan Milliard says, "What's up, Jeff?"
What's going on, Big Nathan?
Um,
That man
so
right there is actually building the next truck, at least the steel cage.
so what is he building?
Well, considering the last show that I took the record, that was the final show that that truck that I own will ever be at, because I'm starting a new one for specifically Cyclone.
Oh, okay. So
So
Jeffrey Fernandez just chimed in. Hey guys, at the airline desk,
now he's angry about it too.
and he's not super happy about it. Um. Anyway. Okay. So you told us what you have in your vehicle, right?
I
Um.
have
Or
eight.
no?
No, I haven't. I have
Yeah, that's
eight
right. Just told us what
Crossfire
vehicle it
XT
was.
315s,
XD
and
315s.
they were on two prototype 12Ks for Crossfire,
Okay. So you run about 24,000 watt roughly
give or take.
on 8 subs.
Yep.
Okay.
I never
And
clamped it, so people keep asking, "Well, have you clamped 12K?" Nah, there's too
okay.
many wires coming off.
No, we can clamp it still. It's not a big deal. Um,
Usaki always makes a big deal that it needs to just be one wire.
well,
So
in DB drag, it does need to be one wire, but we can clamp it and get the power. It doesn't matter how many wires are there.
I mean,
So,
maybe
so
I should have tried that.
yeah. So, do you do the freestyle classes then?
I've tried freestyle once,
That's old
not
school
once.
Usaki, right?
Yeah, the in the kick.
Yep.
I've tried it a couple times, not once. I think a 160.7.
Oh, so that you didn't get the record in that? It's 161
No,
probably, right?
I pulled a 161 here recently after I fixed a couple things because after the previous record that I had before Suburban took it,
Uh
the
huh.
front baffle actually broke.
Oh, okay.
So that's why my score has been low as of late, is because it's been broken and I haven't noticed.
Yeah. When things break, it makes it harder to get a good score, right?
Yeah, and that's also why I'm surprised it's even allowed. I used the whole strap around my truck to keep my window from flopping out
Okay.
because every time somebody tries to hold my door, it's impossible. I've had
Right.
people send me videos of blisters on their hands
Uh-huh.
holding my door.
Yep, we've seen that.
And then
Calvin
when you try
wants
and
hold on quick. Calvin wants to know if Jeffrey is going to be down there on the 20th, and he wants him to bring me with him. I already have a show in Reno on that day, so sorry can't be there, Calvin. All right. So anyway, yeah, the blisters. I've actually somebody sent the judges a picture asking something about some ruling, showing people with blisters on their hands. I think they wanted to strap um, the doors in the stock class, and we were like, well, no, you can't do that.
hmm,
And then they was like, well, look, you're causing blisters on people's hands, and well, we're not, but we have to have some semblance of stock when we're competing in that when we're running
yeah,
that class, right? So I mean,
because not everybody wants to sit there and put a bolt through the door like all different points. Some people,
right.
you
Uh,
know,
Holding doors while slamming 20 hertz is no fun. I will tell you, there's a picture running around somewhere at Autorama. Um, Somebody was running 21 hertz, and uh, we literally had like 25 people holding the car. It was pretty cool because you got to figure. So Autorama gated a little over 29,000 people this year, and we're right next to the front gate. And so we had influx of about 100 to 150 people pretty much all day long. The problem is the buildings where we were at, they're being remodeled right now. So they didn't have cars inside those buildings. So the people checking it out was a lot lower this year. But we still had a solid crowd of over 100 people watching it pretty much any time during the whole weekend. So I
hmm.
mean, that's good, you know.
It's always nice to have people that aren't into audio come by and check it out.
Yep. Oh, we encourage them to sit inside the cars or just go over and ask somebody to demonstrate their vehicles for them. And
Mm.
that's what they're there for. And I will say, almost all. Um, Nathan says DB Drag should allow clamps on Cyclone runs. We do allow clamping on Cyclone runs. It just doesn't count for anything.
I mean, true.
Yeah. Calvin says the non-audio people that show up to shows are always awesome. They love it. He loves it.
It it's always fun trying to convince them to get in. It's like it's not going to hurt. I promise. Just come on in. It's
Yep.
fun.
Oh yeah. Josh says he had some big smiles from Autorama fans. So people that weren't there necessarily for car audio. Um, oh, that is true. At World Finals or Nathan, that's right. So he put not at finals. You said it wasn't fair, and that is a accurate statement because and the reason for that was if somebody's watching the power off their amplifier, they can kind of tune their run so that they don't
Break
blow something and
stuff.
break stuff. Yes.
So it's
So it
kind of
gives
not
a
fair because you know your limits and you don't want them to go over it. You kind of
yep.
want a catastrophic failure kind of thing.
Well, we don't want it, but that's up to you.
I mean,
How hard do you want to push your stuff? Um,
well, oh, Mr. Nathan,
yeah.
who always has sand in the bag.
Oh, yeah. Obviously. And he wanted to see how much sand he can let out without letting it all out, right?
Well, that no one will ever know how much he's got in there
Josh,
unless they make him.
that's right. Josh Tattoo says lots of pictures of Smash from people we didn't know. I'm guessing is what that means. Which is cool. Like I said, that's the whole thing. Hopefully, we get you guys to come out here one time and just kind of go out here and you go get head to head against Jose Ramos and just
If the truck that I'm building comes out how I want it,
maybe show
then
up at World Finals.
I will definitely be going to World Finals period this year. If I say period, but that's if I get the money because I'm going to be a little bit short coming up because it's not cheap
Oh,
at
for
all.
World Finals, yeah.
No,
Just
not just going to World Finals, but
yeah,
get this truck finished.
got you, got you. Which is he Nathan says I just set it on the knob and know what power I'm running. Andrew Eldred says he loves you.
Speaking of, that's the man that recently purchased the Tahoe that I have
Oh,
or
really?
had. Yeah,
Oh, so he's gonna go out there and try and
I'm trying to
cyclone
get
that
him
thing.
to, but he's always busy. He
He's
just
always
wanted
busy.
something. He just wanted something to look at in his garage, pretty much.
Woo! Called you out,
He
Moses
kept hounding.
Martinez.
I wasn't even gonna sell it, but he kept hounding me and hounding me. He's like, I got the money. I got the money. So I was like, fine.
Justin says he plans on doing the 3X in SoCal. He needs the points. Um, like I said, Moses Martinez just chiming in. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a show in Reno. Um, Josh says Nathan needs his bass knob, and Andrew says he's gonna be out there eventually. And Justin wants a rematch against me. He was another one that lost against me in the beat the boss. So, but no, yeah, Autorama is one of the good shows to come out here for. Obviously, we have a ton of participation. It's early in the season. Usually, it's not too hot, right? So, it wasn't too bad. It was only like 85
uh,
degrees or something.
like I said, I don't think anybody's got anything beat on heat wave over here in Texas in July.
Oh yeah, no, no, no. After this show, I don't have any more day shows for the entire year because we don't do the heat like that out here. Sayavak just popped in here. He is going to be making some videos of Autorama, so be on the lookout for those. And then, just a bunch of people saying what's up. Julio. So if you don't know Julio, he's a Psychlone demo guy also. He just popped in here. He's got a blue, like, Honda Accord, like an old, like, 91.
Square body.
Yeah. And then it's just got a wall and it's just nasty. So
I bet.
yeah, he does like 49s I think, or right at a little over 50 at 20 hertz. So I mean it's pretty solid, right? Oh, it's an Acura Integra.
Accurate.
Yep. Um, Dave Bradshaw, like I said, we got all kinds of people popping in here. That's cool. If you guys have a specific question, just ask, and we'll get it out there to Jeff.
I mean, I'll answer anything, almost anything.
Almost anything. All right, so we already heard the song you play. You told people if they want it, just contact you. You'll be
Calvin, I already gave it to him.
Yep.
Because he asked for it.
There you go. Julio says he does 153.7 at 20 hertz.
That's not bad at all.
That is a very good job. I spent $200 that I won from Base Race. Yeah, dude, they're going through here so fast I can't hear. Here we go. Calvin says the 20th will be my first shot at Cyclone Demo as long as everything is running right by then. So does that mean Calvin's going to try and take your record?
I mean, if he can have it.
He can have it, right? You ain't going to give it to him, but he can earn it, right?
Yeah.
Anybody can earn that thing. So let's talk about your little background since we don't have Jeffrey here. Let's talk about your background. What got you into car audio? What started it?
I say I was about 5 years old, and my father made a makeshift sub box out of, I don't know what it was. It was a big foam, styrofoam kind of thing. He made a sub box out of it, put it in an old Malibu, and we would just jam on the way to school to drop me off. And I passed by all the classmates jamming, and they look at me like, and so I felt cool. So ever since then, I've been into the speakers and then taking things apart that had sound and stuff.
So it was your dad that got you into it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And hear him tell it, it's like, yeah, I may have been done that, but I ain't doing it this extreme like you're doing it, spending all this money. I mean, it's better than being on drugs or anything.
That's right. So your dad got into it. What was your first system then that you did
Uh,
yourself?
it was in a 1993 Honda Prelude. It was two mismatched Walmart speakers, a Pioneer and an Explode.
There you go. So you spent a whole $30 on your subs,
Yep.
and then what were you running for power?
Ah, it was an old blue Jensen.
Okay, yeah, one of the
I
old
have no
blues.
idea, no
Yep.
idea what power it was. I just know it was a little old blue
And it
Jensen.
was from Walmart too.
My dad found it in a vehicle a long time ago, and so it's just been sitting around.
Okay. So you may not be aware. So my first, as I had Radio Shack subwoofers. Um, and then I was running for power. A My first competition when I built, I had a single Phoenix Gold 10 running off of a 300 watt audio Vox amplifier. So I was running a Rockville or something like that from the flea market on a single 15 from Radio Shack was the first one I built. My first try at making this at a decent system was I had two M&M Godfather 15s with up facing, two M&M Godfather 12s forward facing. I had a Punch 150 on the um, 15s and a Hyphonics 150 on the 12s. And these were the old 150s. So it was some of the most expensive. The Rockford Punch 150 at the time when I bought it was $800 for a 150 watt amp.
Wow. Because that was
So
those big oblong
no,
round ones with the fins.
way before that. By like 20 years before that.
Wow. That's definitely old.
Yes.
My bad.
um, uh, Justin says in 2006 he started with two MTX subs, two Pioneer 760 watt amps. Um,
It's definitely better than my first.
yeah. So no, like I said, so that was it. What was your first show you went to then?
My first show, I can kind of remember it. It was a show hosted by Nick Conglavis. I think that's his name over here in
Okay.
Sherman, Texas. It was called Small Town Showdown,
Mm-hmm.
2016. I had two
Usaki, Ayaska.
USAC.
Okay.
I had two HDS Soundcube HDS 15s on a 2200.2, and it did a 147.4, and I got first place for my first time ever in novice 0 to 3K.
Okay. Hey, that's cool. Um, so my very first comp was so back in the day. I think it was Rockford or Kicker, but I'm almost positive it was Rockford. They had traveling shows, and they would stop at all these different stereo shops and host events at their dealer shops. And that was my first one. Like I said, I did a 110 in the trunk of a 98 Oldsmobile. It was a 96 98, right? So the
Yeah.
model was a 98 Olds, but it was a 1996. Um, and it was in the trunk, single 10 with the audio box 300 watt. And I did a 138.6 and I got second place. And I told the guy that I was competing against, his name was Chris Howard. I said, I promise you, you'll never beat me again. And he never did. I went the very next show I attended. I was the second loudest in the world with a 150 in the street class. So,
Yeah.
uh, so
To me, it wasn't as serious, but it definitely put a bug up under my butt, so to speak,
oh
on
yeah,
going. Um, I remember one time there was this guy that I was competing with. We were kind of similar.
uh huh,
We both matched our scores, and we had to go back and rerun. This was at IFO and USAC, I think 2017, 2018.
uh huh.
We both matched scores. I was demoing all day just demoing because I'd prefer to do that. I go back up. Our scores were matched at 152.7, and somehow, some way, I cranked it up same way as I did before, and it popped out a 153.3, and he got way less than what he had before. And ever since after that one at finals, he come back doing a 155.
So was that a sensor or the mics?
That was in the kick, door open, Yusaki style.
No, with the
Oh,
Termlab sensor or the microphones?
um,
Because I think we went to the sensors in 2007, but I believe
it's that
USACI.
square one
Yeah,
that they
that's
put in
a
the globe.
sensor. Okay, so we used to actually use microphones back in the day. So
Yeah,
you
ever
ain't
ever
that
since
old
I've been
yet,
doing, ever since I've been doing it, it's been that square sensor in the globe.
which has been super consistent. Nathan says his first show was DB Drag 2000 with 600.1 Phoenix Golds, 812s Eclipse, flat wall 149.9. And I was with 212s and 1,000 watts. I was doing 150s in a station wagon. Oh, here we go. Jose Ramos finally popped in here.
Oh, it's the king himself.
Yeah, so he asked, what is the current wall score
So 156.7, and I'm
at
sure you got that beat.
at
20 hertz.
156.7 at 20 hertz? Jose could have came and hurt your feelings this weekend,
Most certainly could
but
have.
he didn't. So okay, so that was your first comp. What was your most memorable competition?
Uh, I say the first time I had six XT315s and a no wall behind the third or second row in that Tahoe.
Okay, so a third row
And
wall.
yeah,
Okay.
and it could do 20 hertz and also did a 158 and then a full peak meter. It was the first time I was ever close to a 160, and I was super excited about that. And the person that's been building my stuff recently,
Hmm.
that's been doing more than what I think it should do, but it does way better than what I thought it was going to do, is Joe Swagger. He's our team leader of Bad Boys on the Street. He's been building
Okay.
everything, and it's coming out way better than I ever thought it would be.
It helps to have a builder help you on that, right?
Like, because I tell him I just want a demo. I don't care about numbers. I don't want to go high, low, whatever. And then it just ends up working perfect, low and high.
Yeah. Here's what Jose had to say. I forgot he did tell me the widow was down. So his walled car is the widow, and he goes his widow's getting work done. It's still a great score. I remember before the current batch of competitors, 155 was the highest for a good while, and he ain't lying. That was a very good score for a very long time. I mean, it's no slouch score for now. Definitely, but that's what he was saying. It was like people weren't even touching you at that when he first
So
started doing it.
I'm not sure I've even seen what he does. What does he do at
Uh,
20,
what was
Mr.
your
Ramos?
record last year, Mr. Ramos? I'm sure he'll chime in here right now. Brandy Lee, she helped me behind the
Because
computer.
the only person that I have info to go off of, because I kind of want to, be with the top guys in this class, is Team
Hmm.
DC Lucas and Suburban.
Um, he says 159.3 at 20 hertz.
I'm working on a 161 at 20.
So he goes, but it has way more before the box broke. And also, to be quite honest, if you watch the videos of him doing his runs, he's not nowhere anywhere near full tilt. He was so far
I
ahead
bet
of
he's not.
everybody. He was so far ahead of everybody that he didn't need to turn it up.
Oh yeah, I've seen him before. I've seen a TikTok where he's sitting on his roof and you see sparks flying in the back.
Yes, that would be Jose Ramos. So he was a world record holder for both no wall and wall last year, and didn't go to finals because it was too far for him to make that travel. His dad runs. I don't remember which one his dad runs, but one of the wall or the no wall his dad runs, and then he runs the other one, which is
Yeah.
So they run two of them, Team Fat Boys, Jose, and I forget what the other name is. I think it's just Team Fat Boy. That's their car stereo shop. Let's see what he says here. He's chiming in to help you. He says 159.8 was max, like 3 or 4 clicks down. Subs were 120 F at the end of the 1 minute run for the 159.3. So, Sparks was flying. That was the DB drag run. He was running way more power on it then. That's what he's saying.
I tend to, on paper, match the subs to the power. So that's
Oh,
kind of what I've done in that Tahoe. Is 8 of those on
yeah.
24,000 is perfect. So that's kind of where I have it. So that's why that truck can do back to back to back all day demos full tilt, and nothing's gonna ever give up.
So the biggest problem Jose has with giving up is his windshield. So,
I'm glad I didn't have a windshield problem. I had door problems and
um,
baffle problems.
Calvin wants to know from you, Jose, how does he join Team Fat Boys? He's already got the fat part down, or he's got the fat boy part, I guess, down. He's just figuring out how to get on the team. All right. But what was your most memorable show you've been to, just as far as a show? Like a Crossfire 3X, whatever heat, the Texas Heat Wave, all that. Cal says he got feelings. I don't.
So that's kind of a tough one because I can remember all of them, but I'd say pretty much.
And it doesn't have to be DB Drag. It could be DB Drag, USAC. I mean, just whatever show.
They say this
really
DB Drag is kind of new to us down here in Texas. Once Jeffrey moved down here, that's when we started doing it.
Right.
But yeah, the most memorable one's probably going to be when I did the 57.5 on the 615s in the wall.
Okay. No, that's awesome. Like I said, everybody's got their favorite. I competed in Autorama for 2 years before I became a judge. And then once I became a judge, I've been judging Autorama now for 20. Well, this year was my 20th year judging Autorama.
So is Autorama like the biggest thing y'all do down there or something?
So hold on a second. Jose says, I hope me chiming in doesn't take away from Jeffrey's interview. I don't think it does, Jose. I think it adds because Jeff is interested in you also.
I mean, I want to know from the person at the top. So if you,
that's right.
If you got info, if you want to help, if you don't want to help, that's fine. I mean, I want to stay with the big dogs in this class.
So let's put it this way. So Autorama had 108 entries. All right, you aren't going to see that much where you're at, right?
No.
Autorama is usually the kickoff for the world records every year. Those are just like that's the first big show of the year. So that's what Autorama is.
Okay. So it's kind of like a season kickoff almost?
Kind of, yeah, for the West Coast. Once we start building it again, because we took like 3 years off of it, changed owners and some other stuff happened. Some people actually bought me out of going there. And so with that, they no longer are paying those fees. So as soon as they stopped paying them, Autorama called me up and says, hey, we want you back. And so they got us back.
They got a spot to fill, so yeah.
Yep. And once they got me back, like I said, we have people that come from Canada down to the show. They couldn't make it down to the show this year because Canada's government shut down. We used to do it in February, as Justin says. It used to be on Valentine's Day. But the weather being what it is, they decided to move it to May or April, the last weekend of April. So now it's going to be the last weekend of April instead of the first weekend or Valentine's Day of February, right? Anyway, so we'll start getting the people from Canada back again. It's a 5X weekend, right? So 2X on Saturday, 3X on Sundays. So it makes it worth their while. We get people that come down from Washington or whatever that are trying to get enough points to go to World Finals. From Idaho, Utah. I think the furthest we had anybody come is we did have a guy from Michigan come 1 year.
So, that's pretty far.
Yeah.
My concern with traveling that far is can a 7,000-pound Tahoe make it without breaking down because I'm not trying to pay somebody to ship that thing. That's crazy.
Oh yeah. Uh, let's see. So the cool thing about it is coming from Texas to California, there are so many people that are could help you along the way, or you could stay at, or whatnot. There's in New Mexico, you have um, Andrew McCain. He's over there, big USAC guy.
Sound cube.
No, he doesn't do much
No,
sound cue. No, he was
that's a different one. That's a
yeah.
different one.
No, he did DB drag. He had 33 championships between USAC and DB drag. So national championships. So that's pretty solid, or world championships. Um, and then Josh Fox says, "Yeah, us Texans aren't allowed in California. You guys are more than welcome in California. Just the only problem is you got to leave your Texas attitudes behind because, unlike me, the rest of California, well, when you get near the coast, California is a different country."
It's
Uh,
expensive.
well, not expensive. The expensive has nothing to do with it. They just don't take kindly to people. But you can ask. Last year, what's his name? The guys drove here from. Oh, we had somebody came from Texas. Mel Valadez came from
Yeah.
Texas. He drove. We also had from Alabama. We had what's his name from Alabama? Shoot, the judge. He's becoming a judge now. He was the world record holder for Super Street. I think it was 1 to 2 or 3 to 4. No, 1 to 2. Um, Not Bo. Bo's his teammate. Damn it, make me forget. Hold on a second. Let me see. I will put judge in here real quick, and it'll come up for me. Enter. Where's his name?
But
Janet
I haven't
Jeffrey.
even made it to Indianapolis for the Slamology ever before, and I've been trying. Uh
Oh,
oh,
we got Jeffrey.
there he is.
Oops. Ouch. Control Z. Let me fix this up real quick. Ouch. This is
What's
what
going on,
happens when
Jeffrey?
you're old.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Oh man, what's the background blurry?
Kind of like you got a filter going on right now.
He does.
The one with the doggy ear filter? No, I'm just kidding. Where can I take that filter? Well, it's all good. I'm here. You guys know where I am.
Real quick, Jose Ramos just wants to know what vehicle did you do your record in again?
I did it in a Chevy Tahoe 2005.
Jose knows something about Tahoes and stuff like that.
Seemed like that's the car to have to be in a Cyclone, right?
That
Yeah,
or
it
Suburban.
does.
That or Suburban, exactly, yeah.
Oops, hold on. I messed up. There we go. Now I got us in the right spots. All right. Josh Fox says, soon as we hit the border to California, you have modified vehicle and loud vehicles and modified exhaust. We'd be going to jail.
Oh, is that Canada? Is he from Canada?
California.
Josh, where are you from, Josh?
He's from Texas. He's on my team.
Okay. And then Jose says he's assuming that's a 6-order band pass.
It was at 6.5.
6.5 order
They
band
got
pass.
six and
I
a
had
half now?
5 on the top, and I had 3 behind the seats.
Oh, Rob Collar. There you go. Andrew put so Rob Collar came all the way from Alabama and competed at World Finals here in California. So Jeffrey, what did you find out? When are you flying home?
Well, so this one airline I was with, they canceled my flight from here, from Sacramento to Vegas. But I guess they kept the one from Vegas to Dallas. So I just needed to find a flight from here to Vegas, which I was able to.
Southwest or whatever.
United.
Okay.
Shout out to United. Hook me up. But yeah, so I mean, luckily I had that buffer, that 9 hour layover originally in
Oh,
Vegas.
yes.
I was able to find something within that time and still be able to make my connecting flight. So it's all good.
All
It's
right.
all good. I almost went full Karen at the airline desk because she, couldn't get me a flight, and ultimately she suggested I try another airline, which I did, and I found a flight. So it's all good.
So when do you fly out now?
7.
Oh, shoot. That's in an hour.
Oh yeah.
45 minutes. All right. Jose Ramos says, did you play with FaZe on the amps yet? Since
I actually, as far as phase goes, there's somebody over here called Luke Kinsley who.
Yeah, we know Luke.
Oh, he was on the show.
Yeah, he was on the show.
Whoever taught him that trick, or however you learned that trick, he hit me up at a show one day. I came early. He had a little speaker. He took my 2 amps, hooked it to that speaker, did some magic, woke it up completely.
All right.
So yes, they were definitely phase matched at that last part there.
Okay. So I mean, so Jose has a stereo shop in Oakland. So like I said, he definitely knows what he's doing. Obviously, you don't hold a couple of world records for the entire year and not know what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So no, he knows what he's doing. Yeah, he says sweet. Brandy, the airline he's getting on now is going to be American, right? Or no, United. You say United is Jeff's new one. But no, that's pretty cool. Like I said, this is awesome. So, there you go. He's showing his flight information, everybody. No.
Oh no.
But it's blurred out.
That's blurred out.
No, so he says he doesn't have a show that really stuck out to him, Jeff. I don't know if you caught that part of it.
He's been to most of them.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to make it to the May 13th show, right? The Voodoo. Oh, wait, you're kind of in between right now, in between builds, right?
I was gonna make it, but as it looks right now, we're in the process of moving, and I'm in the process of building a new truck, so I might not make it to this next one.
Okay.
But on the 13th, we're definitely moving houses.
And then in case you missed it, somebody up here, Calvin says I need to go help you judge the 20th show. I told him I'm already in Reno.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's when I was like, yeah, if you can make it to any of them, make it to that one.
Yeah, but I'm already committed to Reno.
Last show we had 63 entries at that same location, so
that's
I'm
awesome.
expecting it to be the same. And you know what? Actually, Andy's making it out to that show. Come to think of it, yeah, Andy's making it down to the Bloomington show, May 20th. So we'll be there.
That'd be nice if we can get that many people to come to our shows.
It's coming, traditionally, we all know Texas, it was pretty much predominantly another organization. And when I came in, started getting the word out, and a lot of people are doing DB drag now, to the point where every finals since I came to Texas had at least 2 world champions. So if that's not a good indication of the direction we're headed, then I don't know what is. So
it's definitely a fresh change over from what's going on with T.W.I.C.A.
So are you? Is your intention to attend World Finals this year, Jeff?
My intention is to attend with the new truck that I have going.
Okay, but
wait. I think maybe we should go back to the post you made on Facebook a couple of weeks ago.
And what was that post?
That post, Jeff?
Which one was it?
It's the one where it says something about Psychlone demo wall at finals is mine or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you recall?
Yeah, I did say that. I get a little cocky about it.
Well, I mean, tell us about it. What do you plan to do? I mean, what's your strategy in winning? Or There's just confidence.
I'm gonna let everyone that's been telling me to do certain things a certain way do it so that it works out that way. Because some 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 things that in the build that I had that did the world record, I kind of did my own way,
Hmm.
and when I should have done it the way people had suggested, and I just shrugged it off or forgot. So
Hmm.
I'm just gonna let their creative minds behind it do what they want to do. So then they have the idea that I want in their head, so they're gonna do it hopefully the way that I wanted it.
And that's why a lot of people, you know, get on teams or at the very least surround themselves with people with like-minded goals because they know that much, that little bit of help get you there. So,
And
you're in the right direction if you're wanting, uh, these visions, other people's visions to kind of help you with your vision.
that's the
I think
problem
that's a
is
good way.
I'm also pessimistic for some stupid reason. So when things don't something doesn't work like I think it should work,
Hmm.
like before my amps were phase matched, it didn't sound that great. And I
Hmm.
was in my head blaming the person that built it, when in reality, I'm an idiot. I should have listened to him to begin with because he said at the beginning, you need a phase match.
Hmm.
And I didn't consider it. I didn't think about it.
Hmm.
And if he's watching, I'm sure he is. I'm sorry.
Who?
You're right. His name's Joe Swagger.
Oh, okay.
He's the leader of our team, Bad Boys on the Street. He's the one that builds everything for the past 4 years that I've had it. That Tahoe.
Jose says this is going to be a fun year then.
I hope so. I'm sick and tired of not having competition at my shows. I think Willard Johnson, Jeffrey knows who he is.
Uh-huh.
He rebuilt recently. It looks like he's going to be strong
Oh
contender
yeah.
as well.
Oh yeah.
So when you do attend finals, which finals are you intending on attending? The
Both Dusaki
no,
and
no,
DB
no.
Drag.
Far as DB Drag, are you going to be coming out to California? Are you going to be going to
There's
Uh,
multiple
Owensboro?
locations.
Owensboro.
You'll go out to Owensboro?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know. Is that closer for you guys, Owensboro, than California?
It's 11 hours, and
Yeah, I think
California is probably about the same.
no,
Oh,
Actually, no,
no, no, no, no.
20,
no, because
20
Texas is
Yeah.
so huge.
25 hours.
Yes. It's 20 plus hours.
It's quicker to get to Florida than it is to California because Texas is so huge in the middle.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, because when I drive to my daughter's house in Wichita, that's like 23 or 24-hour drive.
And that
So,
way is the most boring drive I've
oh,
ever
good
done. Because I
lord.
drive for a living.
Oh, do you drive truck?
I tow truck.
Oh,
I do transport vehicles, so that's all I do is drive all day. So if I do make a drive somewhere, I tune out my thoughts. I pay attention to the road, but I'm tuned out. So it's the only
yeah.
way you can get through those boring drives.
All right. Jose says move to California. You'll have competition here.
I can't afford a California.
It's surprisingly cheap compared to Texas. If you own a house, when I was looking at houses in Texas, what was going to kill me was going to be the property tax.
Property
Like
tax.
my
How much?
property tax here in California is like $1,500 a year, and I got a $1 million home.
That's
But then you're paying other taxes.
But good
California
lord, do I
nuisance
pay
tax.
other taxes?
Exactly. So I guess there's pros and cons,
Yeah,
but you're right.
it's
Property tax in Texas is
yeah
pretty rough.
because I was
but
looking at that. Go ahead.
if I was gonna move out that way, it'd be Lake Tahoe.
Ah,
Lake
okay.
Tahoe, Tahoe's awesome. That's right out by Reno and stuff.
Yeah.
If I
They,
was ever to move out that way, it'd be only over there.
they
Uh,
got a big basic community up there.
where
Doug will tell
Reno?
you. Yeah, Reno
Yeah,
area. It's on
Reno's starting to grow. California can barely afford California. There's Manny
I mean,
finally jumping in. Um, yeah, so was it 6,000 property tax on 500,000 in Texas, or six?
wow.
Well, when I was looking at it, it was almost 1,000 a month when I was looking in the Dallas Fort Worth area for a house. So I was gonna be able to buy a decent house for like 600,000, but it was gonna be almost 1,000 a month for property tax. So I was like, man, I can't afford that. Um, oh yeah, and then you'll have to go switch to an electric vehicle soon in California, according to Newsom. So
I've towed a couple electric vehicles. They don't have range at all,
no, good lord. Some, you know what?
especially
So
when it
I'm
gets hot.
so
It's
here I'm gonna tell you. So where my house is, Jeffrey can attest to it. He was just here today. Um, dude, everywhere there's Teslas up and down my road. The reason is because everybody that lives where I live works for Tesla. Because they're less than a mile from here is the train station, takes you right to the Tesla facility, and they're all engineers and stuff here. I'm the scumbag. I bring down property values with my presence, right? So I came from the trailer park. So anyway, um, yeah, they are working on. My neighbor is specifically a battery engineer for Tesla, and he said they are working on a battery right now for a car that can run it about 450-mile range, and then the recharge time is only like an hour and a half. So if they can get a electric vehicle to run that long with that quick of a recharge,
and
that
affordable
well, affordable is not what they're considering right now at all.
because the ones that I've run into that I've had to tow are the baseline models that only go
Uh,
200 miles
right.
and they run out of charge.
Josh Fox says he's starting to get more training on new electric fire trucks. We are going to have to start working on.
Wow, electric fire trucks, huh?
I mean,
Alonzo says he wants to become a judge. Wants to know if Jeffrey will do them. A fire truck's not a bad idea because they don't go long range. The houses are, the firehouses are so close together, right? That I mean, their long range is going to be 10 miles.
And
So
and when their lithium bank blows up, and they can just put the fire out themselves, right?
that's right. They got the
I mean,
foam on the
unless the
truck.
water in the tank is electrified at that point.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, so Al is one of the Gorilla Hertz guys.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm down. If you guys, if you want to start putting on shows, hey, hit me up. We'll put you through the training.
Yep. There's a little bit of training to do, and you start out as a 1x judge, advance to a 2x judge, eventually get to a 3x, and then become a 4x judge. So there is a full path to get that. So, Jeffrey, we're already at 58 minutes.
I just got on here.
I know, but I still got to go bowling. This is my last night of bowling
I got
on
you.
Monday nights. I'm
Okay.
going to be off until August, so if we need to run a little longer on our shows after this, I'm available to do it. Okay.
Cool.
So,
Okay.
you want to hit Jeff with the question?
Yeah. So, Jeff, this is a question that we ask all of our guests. Basically, we want to know what is your definition of a basehead?
Someone that takes the stress of life and the anxiety they have and just melt it away with music.
Yeah,
Like it.
I like that.
Yeah.
Calvin pops in real quick. Says if Al judges the Gorilla Hertz, there's going to be a show 5 days a week. Sounds like the old what was the Alan Eds, right?
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Oh, you mean, okay.
Alan Eds did shows all the time.
I was thinking about another promoter, but
Oh yeah, the promoter himself. He's the one I think that started the Alan Ed stuff.
oh, did he?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, but he was doing a lot of shows. And Alonzo says you're not wrong. So anyway, hey, that sounds good. Jeffrey, any quick thoughts on Autorama or final thoughts on the night?
Um, I think Autorama, much like a lot of people, holds a special place in their heart. I sound a little sappy, but when I was coming up, when I was competing, I was at Autorama. I was, like I said on the show a couple weeks ago, it was first road trip I had with my daughter. And, had some really good memories. So when you had it, when it was, when it's locked, I was like, hey, let me go out there with Doug and judge it. It's always good hanging out with the SoCal. Well, shouldn't say SoCal. I should say West Coast crew.
Yeah.
They always showed me love, and it was a fun time. I didn't anticipate the heat. I think I got a sunburn on the back of my neck.
I got my Scottish tan going on.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, took me by surprise. But yeah, I mean, overall fun show. And if you guys didn't make it to Autorama, you guys missed out. Hopefully, you'll be at the next one.
Yeah, hey, Alonzo can make it up. It's just a simple little 6-hour drive for you.
Oh yeah.
Calvin says, "Safe travels, Jeff. Nice meeting you, adult Jeff." Because he was saying at the beginning he's grown up Jeff.
Oh, I see. It was a bummer. He was actually in Vegas when I was at my first layover going to Sacramento, and he didn't want to meet up. What a buster. It's all good. He was out there for a show that they had.
All right. And for me, dude, I want to thank everybody for Autorama. Autorama's a great time. I had a lot of good help. We had Brandy. We had Joseph at the gate, Brandy on the computer. Jeff helped me in the lanes. Joseph also helped in the lanes a little bit, getting trophies ready, whatnot. We went out.
Yeah, you got yourself a crew out there.
I always do for Autorama.
I'm jealous.
Usually I have a 5-man crew. But
okay.
I knew, we're building it again, so I don't have as big of a turnout. So next year I'll probably add the 5th person back again.
Sounds like Jeff needs to find a venue that size down here.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, it's slowly but surely we're
he's gonna get it. He will get it. He's gonna create something there. I guarantee it. Jeff does a great job. He jumped on the mic during the Beat the Boss portions. And he did an awesome job out there.
Yeah, we was talking about that too, Jeffrey. You should try that class down here with us.
Oh,
where
yeah.
you hop in our cars and run it.
Yeah,
I'd like to see you run Eric's little red car against Lewis.
We need to get the boss. We need to get Roger to do it, because Roger could do 9.9s like nobody's business, but he's a little shy sometimes.
I mean, it's a thought.
He just likes to share his money.
Yeah, he'll pay other people to do the entertainment.
Yeah, and really, I'm gonna try and find a weekend to come out and help Jeff at one of the Crossfire shows.
Cool.
So Jeffrey and I'll have to work on that date together. I owe it to him. Come out, see your guys' vehicles, right? Like Jeffrey came out to mine. When we see the same vehicles over and over and over again, we might miss some minor details. And Jeff caught a couple of details. Nothing that was very big, I would say, on the judging, but he caught a couple of minor details, and it made a difference, right? It helps us prepare for World Finals. And if I can do the same thing out there for you guys, looking forward.
Yeah, it's always a good idea to have eyes on people's equipment, because they can run it the whole season and think it's okay, and then they get to finals and they can't run.
Yep. Well, we very rarely make it so somebody can't run, but we give them alternatives, and they have to change stuff, and changing stuff always sucks at finals. So, all right, guys, it's time for me to get going. I gotta go take some Social Security checks again tonight. This will be my last one. Actually, tonight's for the big money. My understanding is it's about $5,000 on the line. And then Moses said, Calvin says, "Hey, pick me up on the way to Texas show." I'm guarantee you I'm flying. But Moses wants to know whenever it is, because if I'm going out there, he's going out there, because he wants to come in. He wants to come and hang out at a Texas show.
Bring the Cali guys.
Yeah. And then he's going to talk smack to all the other Cali guys that don't want to go with him. But anyway, yeah, you know what, guys? Thanks a lot for Autorama. Autorama, great show. Like I said, if you guys are around, or even have the opportunity, plan the trip. It is way worth it. It is a great time. You get so many people. What should that say?
Oh, I just saw Justin
Oh yeah,
Stillman say,
Justin's in there. Yeah.
send me a picture of the Lots of Watch shirt. I just happen to be wearing
Oh,
the
he's
Lots of
wearing
Watch
lots of watch shirt. But yeah, so I like I said, let's grow Autorama to what it used to be. It'd be great to see some people from Texas, Idaho, Utah again. We definitely are going to have, we're going to have the Canadians will be there next year, as long as their government doesn't shut down again. um, and then with the Canadians, that's always a good time, right? And then
Oh yeah.
hopefully we start pulling some guys from the East Coast. They threatened to come out. Pop Tart said he was coming out, but we didn't see him. Just saying. But anyway, guys, hey, thanks for you tuning in this week. I'm not sure what we're going to have on next week. I got a couple of options. We were talking to Travis from T.W.I.C.A Power to come in and talk about his new sodium batteries. So that is one thing that we discussed. I'm not sure if that. Oh, wait. This is the first Monday. So next Monday is going to be judges. We're going to have judges on next week. So, yeah, next week will be judges 100%. And if you guys have any rules, questions, want to know stuff, great time to chime in and be part of the conversation. I hope you guys come up with some questions and let us help you, and we'll help you guys out. That's the whole reason we do the judges forum, is to try and be open and transparent for you guys to see how we judge things.
Exactly.
All right. So anyway, once again, if you guys get an opportunity to support the people that support the things that you like to watch, see, and do, support our sponsors, which would be Crossfire Car Audio and Puns Customs. Those are currently our two sponsors we got. Anybody else wants the sponsors, hit up myself or Jeffrey. Jeffrey still got to hit somebody up from last week, just saying. And if you guys want to be sponsors, let us know. We got a full thing on what we do with the sponsorship. But once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Jeffrey being here in California. Hey, thanks for coming around, Jeffrey, this week. Jeff, thank you for coming on the show. Hope you had a good time, sir. We love hearing about your vehicle and some of the things you did and kind of comparing it with Jose. It was good to have you and Jose with a little back and forth on this to kind of fill each other out a little bit. And you'll find that always people are doing, they're willing to help each other, to help push each other, make each other better.
I got to be willing to ask. That's my thing. Like, I don't want to.
That's all it is. So, but all right, guys. Once again, thank you for being here. We'll be back on the show next week, 5:30 California time. The only time that does matter, West Coast. Anyway, all right, guys. We'll see you next week on This Week in Car Audio. Peace.